Hey guys, Ryan here for Bender Wins. Hope everyone's doing well today. Here with your daily free picks. All right, guys. So today, busy day. I have 8 total plays. I'll give you my breakdown here, guys. It's going to be 4 free picks and 4 picks in Masterclass. Okay. Now, above and beyond the 4 picks in Masterclass, I do have an additional 2-unit play going on Friday in soccer. So I'm going to give that out in Masterclass. So if you guys are interested, check it out. Yesterday, a lot of you guys did take me up on the offer. I don't know if we just got some huge college basketball fans or whatever. Had a fair amount of people join Masterclass just out of the blue yesterday. And what better timing? We did hit our 2-unit play, guys. We did have Georgia Tech yesterday, -2. Pretty easy pick. I mean, they trailed at certain points of the game, ended up getting the double-digit win. So, yeah, nice play. Free picks, guys. We split our picks. What a frustrating day yesterday. Oh my God. No danger of that tonight because it is 3:24 in the morning and I doubt there's going to be too much line movement. But yesterday I did the video 3 separate times. 3 times I did the video. And after I did the first time, checking the lines and I'm like, that's moved and that's moved. And it's a point and a half. So it's enough. And I'm just like, okay, you know what? Let me just quickly redo it. So I quickly redid it. And then I go back and it's this has moved 5 or 6. I can't remember. One of them moved 5 or 6 points. Okay, I'm not playing that. There's no way, the value's gone. But fortunately for us, we did get, what was it? The Pittsburgh Northwestern. Okay, Pittsburgh Northwestern. Again, I said this in yesterday's video. Look, I crossed the game off. The line had fallen, crossed it off. I said, okay, look, it was down as low as 140. But when I went back and I was frustrated right before I filmed the last time, I said, look, the value came back. Well, I got those Steam plays. College basketball, I care a lot less about Steam because, like I said before, guys, in most cases, my picks are better than the Steam coming in. So I'm not trying to sound arrogant. I'm just telling you I don't care about Steam. If it's going to give me more value, I will happily take Steam, which it did in this game. And I got the exact number I was looking for. No shot I thought I'd see it. So we ended up getting the under 145 in that game. So kind of made up for it. Even that, yeah. So anyways, whatever. Yesterday was just frustrating. I've never had to film the video 3 separate times. Maybe if I actually just dedicated some time rather than sports betting, just learn how to actually edit videos and stuff, I could just put in new lines or something. But I prefer to work on sports betting. All right, guys, here's the situation, okay? First off, again, before I get into this, I just have to say something, okay? I'm going to talk about this masterclass too. I get a lot of messages on here, okay? I try my best to get back to you guys, to message you guys, to answer all the questions. It can be difficult, and especially as we grow, I only have so much time that I commit to it. So the reality of the situation is, over the last maybe 3 or 4 days, I've just had this feeling I'm behind. This whole time I'm just behind, and I'm trying to play catch up, guys. We have a busy weekend. It's gonna be a very busy weekend. There's a lot of variables and a lot of different games. So the focus has to be on that, and I will get back to you guys. I promise. If I don't get back to you within a week or whatever, or a few days, normally I try next day or that day to get back to someone, but it's been 4 or 5 days for some of you, and it's killing me that I see messages sitting there unread, and it's killing me. So I'll try to get back to you guys. If you don't hear from me, fire me another message in whatever, 3 days, 4 days, a week, whatever. If you send me 10 messages, I'm probably not going to answer you, okay? If you just blast me with messages, there's a reason. It's I'm seeing that you're messaging, but there's a few people. Anyways, guys. Yeah. So the bottom line is I apologize for the delay. You guys know if you chat me up on Instagram or email or Facebook or whatever, I'm normally pretty good at getting back to you, but lately crickets. So don't think it's not you. It is not you, it's me. Hopefully you guys never heard that line before. It's not you, it's me. But yeah, sorry for the delay. So anyways, guys, look, Lost a little bit of juice yesterday in the free picks. Won a little bit of money because we had the 2-unit play in Masterclass. I'm going to talk some football here today, and then I'm going to give you some picks. So full disclaimer, guys, full disclaimer up front. I don't have a pick for you in football in the traditional sense, in the NFL. I don't have a total, and I don't have a side play. But I'm going to go through. I'm going to break down the game, and you guys can take from that what you will. Okay. I have a college basketball play for you guys. I have an NCAA college football play for you guys, and I have 2 player props for you. Above and beyond that, Masterclass, guys, 4 additional player props plus the tomorrow's 2-unit soccer play as well. So, which I really like. Here's the deal, guys. I'm gonna break this game down for you guys. At the end of the day, what do I always tell you guys? Okay, the difference between a professional sports bettor, okay, a pro versus your amateur sports bettor is a professional sports bettor needs to find value on the lines. Okay, an amateur sports bettor, it's Thursday night football, or it's Monday night football, or it's Sunday night football. They're gonna have a bet down on the game. Okay, they're gonna have a bet down, and I totally get that. Like I'm not knocking you guys. Like if you're here for entertainment, as a lot of you guys are, you just find it more entertaining to win. I get it. Okay, you want to throw a bet down on the game? Cool. I've been there. Okay, and I certainly wouldn't begrudge you that opportunity to throw 10, 20, whatever your position in life is, 100,000 if you can afford it, just so you can have that entertainment and enjoy the game. I totally get that, but from a pure value standpoint and a sports betting standpoint, I don't see a whole lot of value on this game in any which way. But I'm gonna walk you guys through it. And I know, like, I've come around with that. Like you guys know, like when I first started this channel, because I'm so locked into like the professional sports betting, no communication with the public whatsoever in terms of sports betting. And my whole thing was like, never bet parlays, never bet teasers, never bet for fun, never bet blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I get it though. I get it. Like, talking to you guys and getting that feedback, it has to be fun. It has to be fun. And I know some of you guys are, you don't have career aspirations of being professional sports bettor. And to you, during pandemic, during lockdown, putting $20 on a game and sitting at home, having a couple beers and cheering for it, that's worth it. That's the price of admission. So I totally get that, guys. That being said, I'm gonna go through this, and being as it is, a good source of income, and I'm a professional sports bettor, I'm actually not going to bet on it. So I have to find my kicks other ways. All right, guys. So here's the deal. Pats are coming in. They've won 4 of the last 5 games. Okay, 4 of the last 5 games. They're playing good football. Okay, definitely playing good football. Okay, in this particular game though, this is gonna be tough for them. Okay, they're coming in against an basically, in my opinion, an underrated and underperforming team. Now you ask yourself, what do you mean underperforming? Okay, they're 8-4. They got the number 4 offense in the league in terms of yardage, number 2 defense in the league in terms of yardage. So how do you say they're under? Well, here's the situation. Look, I have them as a top 3 to 4 power rated team in the league. The Rams to me are a top 3 to 4 team. I know a lot of the other, experts and so-called experts have them around 6 to 8. Okay. There is no way that someone is going to convince me. No way that someone can ever convince me that Pittsburgh is a better team than the Rams. It's not going to happen. Look at the schedule, guys. It's not going to happen. I question sometimes, again, some pros and more specifically, some just so-called experts. Like, do they even look at the strength of schedule when they set their power ratings? I'd be embarrassed to put out the power ratings some of these guys do. But anyways, look, here's the situation, guys. The Rams are better than the numbers even show. The numbers do not reflect how good the Rams are. I'll give you an example here. I mean, anyone can see this. Okay, Rams are 4th in total yards of offense. They're 17th in points. Okay, 17th in points. They don't have a terrible 3rd down conversion rate either. They just haven't been able to put it all together. Okay, they can get down the field. He's got to get the ball into the end zone. Okay, settling too much for field goals, untimely turnovers, etc., etc. Also, okay, you have this stellar defense, number 2 in the league in yardage. I believe number 1 in the run, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But I think number 1 run stopping defense in the league. But they're number 5 in points. And you might think, okay, well, that's not a big difference, 2 to 5. But it is. It is a big difference. You're number 2. Okay, you got that rock solid defense. Then, you have to limit the points as well. Okay, so again, they're an underperforming team. I'll tell you interestingly, guys, look, I did spend a bit of extra time on this game. I've been working on a couple other things, and one of the things I try to do, because I knew I was going to be working on player props pretty early on. So look, I worked on player props. I was pretty certain that I wasn't going to be betting anything, but I wanted to see if I could almost reverse engineer based on my player projections and some key matchups, if I could find a slight edge one way or the other. Unfortunately, it led me right back to my initial conclusion that these lines are pretty good. Okay, the lines are pretty good. I'm not saying it's the game's going to land at 5-point difference. I'm not saying it's going to land right at 45, but from the projection standpoint, where as a sports bettor, we want to identify value in the market, that's where it becomes a little bit difficult, okay? And I'm going to give you even an example, okay? So my lean in this game early on, because I do value the Rams, and I think they're a fantastic team, and I think they've underperformed. I think they've underperformed what they're certainly capable of doing, and playing at home, where really they only lost one game at home. They've lost one game at home this year. Who'd they lose to? San Fran. You guys remember that game? Pick 6. Okay, that's the difference in the game. They had 4 turnovers that game. 4 turnovers. So it brings me back now to when you're searching for value, okay? Searching for value, I look at this game and I say, okay, you know what? To the best of my ability, right down to the closest decimal point, I feel like they win this game 71 to 72% of the time. 71 to 72% of the time. It's a pretty decent number. But let's break that number down for a second, okay? So we believe that they're going to win 71, 72%, okay? So now let's take a look at that money line, because that was my initial lean for value. That money line, guys, at 71%, okay? So assume they win 71% of the time. That money line, the true value should be minus 245 exactly. Do you know what the line is right now? Minus 245, okay? Now, if we can assume 72%, that line should be, 257, okay? That means that we do have a little bit of an advantage there, okay? If you bet reduced juice, you can get that line for minus 235. So if we think the line should be minus 257, and that line's minus 235, we're looking at value there a little bit, okay? So between that, we're looking at potentially like 4 to 8% of value in there. But that is assuming that every last thing I did is perfect. And the reality of the situation is it's never going to be perfect. There's always going to be a margin of error. And when you have such a slim margin of error, to me, guys, especially when you're laying that kind of money, to me, no bet. Okay, so that's ultimately where I end up. I don't know. Okay, twist my arm. I think here's the situation. 5 points to me, guys, it's too much. Okay, 5.5 points, too much. 6 points, definitely too much. I like the Rams to get this done at home money line, but we're just laying too much. It's just laying too much. We get this line minus 200. If this line moves tomorrow, you get minus 200. Off to the races, guys. Go to town. Okay, bet the game. We have value there, but at minus 245, can't do it. Just can't do it. So no bet. Total. Same deal, guys. I'm going to do a really quick breakdown of total here. There's steam on both sides. Okay, there's steam on both sides. Look, there's a nice money distribution towards the under, but again, guys, my analysis of key matchups and players when I'm going through my player props suggests that there could be some scoring in this game as well. So again, why when there's going to be, there's going to be games tomorrow, there's going to be games the next day, and so on and so forth, and we have a lot of opportunity for value. Why place money on iffy bets? And that's a professional talking, okay? So I don't. But, entertainment, maybe you guys take something out of what I said. Maybe you think the Rams defense does step up, or maybe you think that this hot, rolling Pat's offense going, 4 of the last 5 games they've won. You think they're going to come in and win. There's a lot of value there for you if you want to bet the money line or you want to take the points. But for me, guys, my lean is towards the Rams. There's just not enough there. And again, the Pats spoil the party enough times here out of 10 that it's just not worth it. Okay, so let's jump into this, guys. Let's talk about what I do have. Okay, what I do have, guys, is 4 plays. Okay, I have 2 player props in the game, and I have two college, 1 college football and 1 college basketball. Okay, so here we go, guys. First up, Georgia Tech +7 -125. Okay, we're gonna take that 7 points. So Georgia Tech +7 -125. 8 steam and reverse line moves in this game. 2 system indicators. Certainly a game, guys. I'm not terribly afraid of 7 points. I know a lot of people, they won't bet money line outside of a certain range. That's gobbledygook. Ignore that. The reality is, guys, this is the game where I don't mind. It's not Salt Bay, just that. Just a little sprinkle of money line in it. Don't add on to your plays. Take it from your unit. Okay, so if you're gonna sprinkle that 10% of money line, don't make it 1.1 units. Like literally, just take it from what you were gonna bet. So if your normal bet is $500, you're gonna bet 10. Put $50 on money line. Okay, but I don't mind money line here, guys. Again, especially in college, I'm working on a lot more systems because so many games this year, so many games where we've had like last week, I never even talked about this, but last Saturday, oh my God, like we had a couple 3-point dogs win outright, 14-point dog win outright, 22-point dog won outright. It was crazy. Like, and we're, again, we're missing out on value because this year and even years past, a lot of the times, even though they're big dogs, they still, when they cover, a lot of times they win. So let's not be afraid to, just put a little bit of money, just increase the value a little bit, but we don't want to go too hard on that. Okay. All right. So next game, guys, over to college basketball. 1 college basketball play today. Still on the slow and steady approach. Yesterday had a little bit more, little bit, slow and steady still in college basketball. Don't worry, guys. We will get there. We're looking at North Dakota. Okay, North Dakota. We're going to chop this up a little bit, guys. First off, we're going to go a half unit +3.5 -103. If you're adventurous and you like to live life on the wild side, you can hang out for a bit and see if this line gets to +4. Obviously, +4 getting a bit more value. Right now, it's +3.5 -103. I'm going to do half a unit on that. Okay, so half a unit. I think I said that. You have to apologize. Almost 4 in the morning now. Half a unit +3.5 -103. And then we're going to go a half unit on the money line to get this done, winning the game outright, +150. Okay, so a half and half, just 1 bet. All right, guys, finally, here we go over to player props. Okay, so here's the situation, guys, with these player props. In total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In total, I have 6. I'm going to give 2 to you guys. I have 4 additional player props. Player props so far this year on point. I'm one full disclaimer because I don't want to hear it from people. These lines, okay? Look to them, guys. These lines are and will continue to be gone on 5 dimes. They're long gone on 5 dimes. You will not get these lines on 5 dimes, I promise you, because they're mine. Yeah, so I did bet these heavily on 5 dimes. I am not betting them at any other site. You guys have my word. I'm leaving them for you guys, okay? So I will not, because again, this is the problem inherently with player props, okay? Inherently with player props. We've seen this before on different picks, guys. The situation is that player props are so sensitive. I mean, really anyone can move player props, to be honest with you. Like they're so sensitive online with player props, like 1 or 2 or 3, decent sized bets, and they start moving the player props. So again, guys, if you're still a member of 5 dimes, which I know a lot of you guys are mostly Americans on the site, you can get these. I'm sure the lines elsewhere, but 5 dimes, Adios. These lines are not available. Okay, so here are the plays, guys. First, and this, actually, pardon me, this first one, believe it or not, the line's hanging on, it is still available at 5 dimes. So I take back everything I said, but I some of the other ones have just, they're gone. Okay, acres, guys, over 47.5 yards rushing, minus 115. Okay, so acres over 47.5, minus 115. I think that number should be higher, 58, 61, somewhere in that range. Okay, so significant amount of advantage there, guys. 1 unit. So again, acres over 47.5 yards rushing, minus 115. All right, next bet, guys. We're going to go with Reynolds. We've got to pay a little bit of juice on this one. Certainly don't mind it. This line's way off. Reynolds, under 31.5 receiving yards, got to pay minus 135 for that. Okay, so now depending on your book, some of your books are not going to have the minus 135. They might have under 30.5 yards at minus 115. That's okay. Same day. We're not losing that much fun. When we start to get into the 20s and stuff like that, if and when that does, I'm not saying if, it probably will happen, to be honest. Have to start considering, but I will tell you guys, look, my projection is 21 to 25 receiving yards. Okay, so 21 to 25 receiving yards, which means that there's probably value in the bet down to about 28 yards, because we want to leave that cushion, that buffer, right? Because what does that buffer have? That buffer has margin of error and profit both built into it. Okay, there's margin error, there's profit, then there's, you know, the line we expect, and then the line we're taking, and that's what we need in between. So anyways, guys, that's that. Again, you know, we'll continue to experiment with player props. It's my hope that the lines aren't going to get hit too bad, but I feel like they're going to. So anyways, guys, that's it. 4 plays. If you guys are interested, I have 4 additional player props in Masterclass, plus a 2-unit soccer play going tomorrow early afternoon. So thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. And as always, guys, have a very lucky day.